We're just gonna be rolling some friends points. Oh boy, I really hope I don't have to fix mic quality every time I turn on the stream. Okay. That's strange. Let me bring up my own stream on my different computer. I'll listen to myself on my own stream. Testing, testing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's probably the webcam mic. The problem is that I already have it disabled. And that's the problem. I have my audio output mode on. This is where I hate having to deal with stream shit. Let's see. I have my audio device as my microphone, and I have the use custom audio device checked. Let me check if lines for those are fine. Yeah, I really hope I don't have to keep doing this every single fucking stream. See, distortion, recording devices. See, microphone levels are good. Normally I think it would be the boost, but I don't have any boost on my mic. And I don't have my webcam mic enabled. I specifically removed that the last stream, or 2 streams ago, whenever I put up the webcam. Yeah, I'm aware I sound like Darth Vader. Trying to fix it. I have no idea what's causing it. Let me try deactivating my webcam for a second. Test, test, test. Probably won't fix it. It's fine. Alright. If you guys say so. I have no idea what I did, but I'll take it. Oh no, I think I know what I did. I deactivated my my webcam and I activated it again. If I have to keep doing that over and over, that's gonna be a real pain in the ass. But at least it's a fix. All right, let's get to rolling some friends points. Just try not to speak in a voice that makes you sound like you have depression. Sorry, can't do anything about that. I can't help the fact that I'm already dead inside. Nah, I didn't see X-Slice Gecko win. I wasn't watching streams much yesterday. At least not FGO streams. I haven't been tuning into FGO streams very much lately. Like not after X. I need some normie streams to counterbalance the weeb. I had enough weeb to last me the rest of the year. Why are you rolling friends points? Because there's triple success up, and I want to make some craft essence bombs. Well, and get a couple of other craft essence to level 100. That would be nice. And this is our first triple success rate up, so may as well take advantage of it while I can. You missed Fino getting stomped by a bill. Is he doing the JP Summer Rerun Challenge quest? I tuned into Honako's stream a little bit when he was doing that too, about an hour or 2 ago. No, I already have level 100 Black Ray. I'm trying to get my Sumo to level 100. After that, I'll probably work on Victor of the Moon or something. Someone in YouTube chat just called Angramani Jewish. Well, my friends and I, just between us, we like to refer to him. We affectionately have referred to him as Angry Man Jew. You may have heard me call him that a few times on stream as well. That's been going around. Well, you know me, I don't really pay attention to other FGO clicks. And for good reason, I believe. No, we just call him Angry Manju just because. Hey, Kozakura, how's it going, dude? That lag though. How's my leg? It's not my leg, it's my foot. Oh, it's the daily reset. No wonder it's taking so long. Mana prisms. Who needs those anymore? Huh. I'm actually gonna keep that XP card in there. Grind QP or XP? Either one. Whichever you think you need more. Not really, no. It's just CE bombs are really only meant to be QP efficient ways of leveling your craft essences. Even if you were to get a super suck or a great suck on a craft essence bomb, you don't really get much more XP out of it. Like for example, a 4-star. If you were to limit break a 4-star craft essence, like get it to level 80. And you feed that to like a limit broken 5-star C, right? It goes from level 15, which is the minimum, that you can get like minus. That doesn't involve super suck or great suck. Like when you first limit break that first craft essence, it takes it from a level 15 to like level 80. But if you were to get like a great suck or a super suck off that that craft essence bomb, it doesn't really give you much more. So this is really The only reason why I'm making crafting bombs is so that it's a little bit more QP efficient. Honestly, if for someone like me who's in the position where he can just burn QP, this shouldn't matter. But I'm doing it anyway because force of habit is kind of a bitch. Wrong dude. The XP you get from isn't 1-1 when you spent on it? No, it is. It is. It is 1-1. But when you get a super suck or a great suck, it doesn't give you much more, I've noticed. Yeah, there you go. Deus explains it properly. Yeah, short bombs don't really matter. No. Or rather, bombs don't. I missed that. I misread that. Grafton's bombs ultimately don't really matter, but if you're really penny pinching, then I guess Crafton's bombs are something you could do. Plus, it feels good seeing a 5-star Crafton's go from level 15 to like level 80 or some shit. There's always that. It's better to culture people like this anyway. I suppose so. The Orleans servants are on right up today. You need to get rid of your QP before Neurofest. I was able to roll boxes even though I was already capped on QP. The limiting factor for me was all the XP cards that I had fucking overflowing my my gift box. So if that's the case, then I don't really need to worry about QP overflow when it comes to lotto boxes. I just need to keep filtering out my XP cards. Yes, I have MP5 gals already. That's my proof that I've degen rolled story before. Got spooked by Sanzo and Marie today. Feels weird, man. Am I rolling Orleans? No. I have all the servants on that banner MP5. So there's literally no reason for me to. Roll story every time you get an Angry Mango? I wouldn't mind. Only because of the fact that getting Angry Mango is so fucking rare. Am I a real person? No, I'm actually a whale disguised as a person. I'm gonna stream Summer Banner right when it starts? Probably. I've done midnight streams before. That's the trend these days anyway for me, to do midnight streams for hype events. So more than likely. Trying to hope on or trying to get Tota from Friendpoint so I can finish him get into MP5. I just need 2 more copies of him. Looks like he's not really showing up though. Okay, crash up. Thought you were a bot designed by DW. Did Tristan tell you that? I would recommend Tamalancer because if you can only choose one or the other, it's probably better for you to get Tamalancer because you also get to have a chance of getting Keel Lancer as well, and they're both single target Buster Lancers. They're actually a little bit more similar than you might think. So if you end up getting Keel Lancer instead of Tamalancer, that's all good too. The reason why I don't recommend Saber Archer is not because she sucks. She's actually an incredibly good arts meme, but if you could only choose to whale on one banner and you couldn't whale on the other, or like roll on the other, we're gonna have a single target archer who's a welfare, and you'll get MP5 because she's a welfare as long as you play the event. And her name is Chloe. You might have heard of her. So, and because she's also an arts single target archer, who has a battery, by the way, yeah, with her, you don't really need Saber Archer. You really don't. Like, just off that, you're probably better off. You're probably better off just rolling just on Tamalancer. And I'm not saying that just because Tama is waifu. Or you could roll Tristan Camelot Part 2. We'll see when that comes out, actually. We'll see when that comes out. I would rather that we have like Camelot Part 2 for like a week, once our anniversary shit is done, and then we go into summer banners. But we'll see. We'll see if we decide to stick true to the original JP schedule, or whatever. What was I leveling up again? The writers. Wasn't David better than Tristan? Ultimately, yes. I do
do think that David edges out Tristan in overall, you know, overall combat effectiveness. It's more like David is more of your safer bet, while Tristan is a little bit more specialized. Like he has debuffs. He has debuffs, along with Harp of Healing. He just doesn't have a charisma, and instead he has a battery, which can help him. You know, obviously Noble Phantasm faster, but you know, it depends on what you're looking for, really. Tristan fits in with teams where they already have a lot of debuffs. So whatever Tristan has, he'll be able to add to that and make your debuff tactics a little bit stronger, like round it out a little bit more. But it's kind of hard to say no to David's charisma though. And plus, he's a fucking 3-star, super easy to get. Whereas Tristan is a fucking story locked 4-star. Fuck him anyway. Hold on. I don't think I gave everybody their foes, I don't think. Tristan can spam MP with the second skill though. Unfortunately, it comes with an MP seal. So you have to be a little bit intelligent about it, and you have to make sure that Tristan uses that skill first, like first wave, so that the MP demerit, the MP seal demerit, goes away on the next turn. Other than if you can deal with that, then yeah, he's all right. It should be in August, yeah, something like that. Watch me get a super suck off this. Oh, didn't get a super suck. There, I got a super suck. Actually, let me see how far a 3-star Crafters will take this. 95? Yeah, that's good. And then we'll just start manually adding the rest. You know, the Knights of the Round Table banner bullshit or whatever that they did for like the Camelot the stage bullshit or whatever. Is there any way to make the game less laggy? I don't know. Have you tried downloading the data on your phone? Because supposedly that helps speed up performance. Usually the only fix to making your game less laggy is just to get a better phone. Because if your phone can't handle it now, then it sure as hell ain't gonna be able to handle it in the future. Unless, like, I don't know very much about phones, so unless there's like some sort of like defragmentation method for your phone, like to help try to, you know, make it faster. I mean, you could look around for something like that. I would imagine something like that exists, but I don't know phones, so hell if I know. Usually, if your game, if FGO lags on your phone, that's more of a sign of your phone sucking than you know, you being able to improve, you know, performance on your phone or whatever. But what do I know? Nothing really. Just use Nox emulator. I mean, if you want to, that's fine, but that's a risk that you are gonna have to take. If you want to play on Nox, go ahead. You know, it's fast and all that. It's great for farming, and honestly, someone like me should really use it. But I'm good. If you want to take that risk and play on Nox, that's fine. You do you, buddy. Nox is gonna die. Well, they've already tried killing it, and it keeps coming back. So I don't know how likely that's gonna be. Oh, by the way, you misspelled Nox. Any tips on how to farm Sane Quartz? You don't. Like, there are ways to get Sane Quartz, but you don't farm them, dude. You can't actively farm for them. I know that in I don't know if like, I don't know, I barely know anything about that Danmachi mobile game, but I mean, I know that in some mobile games you can actually farm like the premium currency that you need to roll the gachas or whatever. That's not how it is in this game, no. There are ways to get Sane Quartz, but usually they're only one and done. If they're not one and done, they're usually given to you through a daily login rewards. I mean, farm IRL cash. Oh, you want to farm IRL cash? That's called a job. Better go get one. Straight up casino and Danmachi right now. I think I saw, yeah, I think I saw a couple people playing that casino thing. Something like that. Best 3-star. Hard to answer that because they're all there's a lot of good 3-stars. And the great thing about them is that none of them are like super OP where you can just throw in one 3-star and they can just do everything. That's not really the case. Like, I don't even consider Ku like super fucking overpowered. Like, people always say, "Oh, Ku is best 3-star because he never dies if you play his cards right." Pun intended. But the thing is that, you know, Ku's main thing is just staying alive. But, you know, he doesn't have a lot of attack. He has to sacrifice attack buffs for all his survival skills. So like compared to other like reliable DPS 3-star servants, he's not gonna be throwing out tons of damage anytime soon. Like all the 3-stars have a distinct weakness and you know, a distinct niche or something like that, I guess. Well, I shouldn't say all of them. A lot of the good 3-stars have a noticeable niche that is good, but you know they have weaknesses, they have drawbacks. So rather than say, oh, well, who's the best 3-star, it's rather the question you need to ask yourself is, you know, which 3-star do I like, and how can I make them as good as possible, or how can I use them to the best of their ability? That's the question you should be asking. This game you can't just come up to a game like this and ask who's the best servant in the game. At least when you're talking about free to plays. If you're talking about like all the servants in general, well, we got answers for you, but no one really cares about they're not relevant right now because we're not talking about them. Get fucked, Merlin. But as far as 3-star is concerned, it's not a matter of who's the best 3-star. It's a matter of, you know, what kind of team can I make that'll get me through a lot of the game. Where's Lancelot? There you go. Like this game isn't like a fucking first-person shooter where, or you know, like COD or another like MMO FPS where you can go up to people who play and ask them, oh, what's the best gun in the game? It doesn't really work like that. Not really how it works, buddy. I mean, the UMP-45 was broken as fuck in Modern Warfare 2. Half the guns were fucking broken as fuck anyway in that game. Max Ascensions first, yes. As much as I trash on Razor about not leveling his skills, that's only because he and I are whales and we can afford to level skills. If you're a free to play or a cheat to play and you need to prioritize getting your servants leveled first, skills come second because you need their stats. You need to get their stats as high up there as possible. And then the skills can come after. Skills are important, yes, but so are their stats. If you leave them at fucking level 1 or like level 40 or some shit and start leveling the first 2 skills cuz you heard, oh, leveling skills is important. Well, that's great and all, but if your servant dies, then oh, so much for leveling their skills that you can't even use cuz they're dead. Just keep that in mind. Worry about leveling skills once they're max level, or at least to the point where they're at, you know, they get their 3rd ascension, they get all 3 of their skills. Because by that point, if they've got like an S growth curve or something, they've got plenty of stats to work with. You should probably max level them anyway first, though, if you really can. Hey Skyfall, how's it going, dude? When does Skaha usually come out? She's what's known as a limited servant. Limited servants, the thing about servants that you can summon in this game, or just servants in general, is that either they're what's known as permanent servants, where they can spook you at any time when you roll the gacha. They can, big asterisk there. They can, not doesn't mean that they will. It's either those or they're what's called limited servants, as in once they're off rate up, you're never seeing them again until they come back full rate up again. And the thing is that there's so many servants in this game now, and there are so many limited servants that it's not like they all come back for like rate up like regularly. That's not how it works. That's really not how it works. I can tell you that the next time Skaha is going to come back on rate up is New Year's, I believe. She's going to be part of that daily New Year's rotation, I believe, where every day there's going to be a different hand-picked 5-star who's going to be on rate up, like for that day. I believe she's coming up for that. So if you want Skaha and you didn't get her the first 2 times, that next time is probably going to be one of your last chances. Unless she gets like more rate ups that I'm not aware of, because I haven't looked that far into the future. Can you spend all that QP before Neurofest? Oh, we'll see. Either way, it doesn't really bother me because during Da Vinci Lotto, I was still able to roll boxes even though I was capped on QP. So QP is not an issue for me right now. It's just the fucking XP cards. That's really about it. We'll see though. We'll see. Okay, back to rolling. Yeah, Zelement got a face cam or a webcam. Nah, no 24-hour stream for that. There's a QP cap, didn't know that. Yeah, 1 billion. If you're capped out on XP cards, perhaps you shouldn't level a bunch of servants until Neurofest. I'll level them anyway. In fact, I already leveled all the servants. Every single servant that I have is already max level, so it's a little bit too late for you to tell me that. But even if you did, even if it wasn't too late, I still would have leveled everyone anyway. Because here's the thing: every lotto I've farmed so much that even if I were to save servants deliberately and not level them for the sake of using XP cards from the lotto, I'll farm so much that the XP cards won't matter. I'll just grind them back again through lottos. So it doesn't matter, really. Like, if I were to leave, like, say, a couple of servants, like, at level 1, just so that I could use some XP cards from Neurofest Lotto, that'll, buy me, like, 1, 2, like a handful of more boxes, and that's really about it. It doesn't really matter. That and I don't wanna have to be in a I don't wanna have to stick myself into a situation where I think that I need this particular servant, but I can't use them because they're only level 1, and I'm saving their levels for fucking for a lottery event or some shit like that. I don't wanna have to put myself in that situation. Like, I like lottos, I just don't care. I'm not, that desperate. Yeah, I'm trying to take advantage of the triple success rate up right now. At least save Gawain medals for Neurofest. If I get the Camelot Part 2 servants, which I probably will, I will grind the medals for those engines. I don't care. I've done that. I've done that for all the other servers who needed medals, and I'll do that for everyone else who needs them. I just won't grind medals or skills. Now that I won't do, because they need a whole fuck ton of medals for skills. So I'm not gonna go that far. But just for ascensions, those are easy. Like, people were harking all over the fucking internet about oh, the medals are gonna be so hard to farm. Oh no, what do we do? And it's just like, whatever, dude. Like maybe I'm a whale, sure, but this is nowhere near as difficult as people made it out to be. Sure, going like, you know, 10, 11 runs without a single medal is frustrating, but you know, I didn't even grind that hard for them, and here I am with Bedivere and Lancelot and whoever else needs medals at max level right now. So, doesn't bother me. I just answered that question earlier. Have you not been paying attention to the triple success rate that's going on right now? Alright, Proto Merlin, have a good night, dude. Do I have Archer, Saber Archer's medals already? Let me check. Something tells me that I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, she does need 30 medals. But I'll get them. I'll grind them. Don't worry about it. What should be prioritized in Lotto? Chains and medals. Chains, medals, and ghost lanterns. Whatever the mid-tier and low-tier essential materials are, prioritize first. Prioritize those first. Gears. Best place to farm metals. Are you talking about events, or are you talking about a node? No, I didn't realize Stolfo's attack is. Hey, Everlasting Ellen, how's it going, dude? Let me check Astolfo's attack rating. We should probably start working on his attack. He's almost max foed anyway, so may as well. Should have kept feeding those foes to him instead of Kentucky. Twice a rate. Caster cookies have an abnormal drop rate there, Lord Ashura. Because like Razor said, the gold Lamias can drop them, and they very frequently drop a gold box. And usually, I would say 60-40 chance. You got 60-40 odds that a gold box that they drop is a cookie. Maybe 70-30. And then, you know, obviously, hearts are a lie, so the demons will almost always drop you caster cookies too. There have been many runs that I've gotten where I've gotten double, triple cookie runs because because you can have a gold Lamia on the first wave who can drop you a gold box, and then you can have a second one on the second wave, or a demon who drops you a guaranteed gold box, which can either be a heart or a cookie. And then there can be a final gold Lamia on the third wave with Waver, and he can also drop you a gold box. So, Castle cookies, man, fuck those things. Why can't they have why can't all the other cookies have as good of a drop rate? $40 AP. All the cookies, the gold gems, the gold skill gems, I believe all of them you have the best chance of getting at the 40 APs, which are now 20 APs right now. Like by default, skill cookies, the gold gems, I'm talking about the gold gems whenever I say cookies. The cookies have at least the 25%, which regardless of which class daily you're doing. For some of them, they have abnormal rates like caster cookies just because of how the enemy spawn system works, or the drop table works. Sorry, it's not the spawn table necessarily. It's the drop table. It's because of how they work. It's the same reason why currently in this game the best feather node is 30 AP Saber Daily. I've explained it before on a video, but basically the reason why feathers are you have the best chance of getting feathers at 30 AP Saber Daily outside of events is because for whatever reason silver Amazons don't show up in Saber Dailies. Like never. They never do. Only gold Amazons. And gold Amazons, the higher tier their rarity or whatever, the more likely it is that they'll drop their good shit, like their gold box drop or whatever it is, right? So, and combine that with the fact that saber cookies, like cookies in general, are supposed to be very rare on anything that's not 40 AP. Because you have only gold Amazon spawning in 30 AP Saber Daily, that means that there's no choice but for there to be a high drop rate for feathers there, because gold Amazons obviously drop feathers as one of their 2 possible gold drops if they do drop a gold box. Like saber cookies are like only a 3% drop rate at 30 AP, which I kind of feel is a lie, but apparently that's what it is. So the rest of that loot table has to be filled by something, and that's feathers, which is why 30 AP Saber Daily has a 17.8% or something drop chance at 30 AP Saber Daily, and no other node currently can even match it. No, just something that I've noticed, I think. I don't know. My observations can be wonky at times. Almost got Alice max foed here. Well then. Hey, finally a pretty good super suck. who are your favorites, ignoring how strong or weak they are gameplay-wise? Well, obviously Tomo is my favorite. Next will be Media Lily. And then... Like, I love... Like, if you're talking about gameplay-wise, like, who's kind of like my favorite archetype, it's any of the supports. Not named Waver or Merlin, by the way. Like, I'm kind of like that. I kind of play support classes in other games. Not because I want to, but because I have to. Because no one else knows how to play support of any kind. So, anybody who plays like a support role, I tend to gravitate towards. Like, the obvious exceptions are Merlin and Waver, because everyone knows what they do. But I love, like, aside from being waifu, I love Tomo because of her, you know, because of her MP mechanics, like heal, MP charge, and skill cooldown. That I find that very interesting and hilarious to watch in action. Media Lily is a healer, so you kind of have to figure out, like, you kind of have to get good at knowing when exactly to use her heal skills, because she can burst heal, but because her heals are tied to her skills, she can't do it like all the time. And she also has her first skill where she can get an emergency NP right off the bat if you really need it. Like, trying to juggle those things is what I find interesting out of Media Lily anyway. That, and she's a healer, so. Anyone who plays like a support role, I guess, like knowing when to support your team, I guess, is what I find most interesting, I suppose. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird for me to describe exactly. What seed do you suggest leveling to 100? Let me head out here first. Well, if you happen to have Limit Broken Case Scope, I recommend you go for those first. But assuming that you're not a whale like I am, if you have Limit Broken Gold Azuma, which if you played Onigashima, you should have, try to level 100 that one first, because that's obviously a very good craft essence. You can use basically anywhere. So, since you can use it anywhere, you're probably gonna use it all the time. Unless you have better ones, which even if you do whale, this is probably better than most of your whale craft instances anyway. So you may as well max level 100 this first. Other than that, like, it would depend on what you have. Like offensive CE, I would recommend maxing offensive CEs first, because increasing your units' attack is way more impactful than increasing health. Though, if you're going for like tank builds and like high HP, like stall teams and whatnot, then obviously improving people's health is what you want to do over improving their attack. Because if you're trying to stall people out or like go for tank, then obviously attack is isn't supposed to be your priority. But more times than not, you'd rather focus on bumping attack. So any offensive craft essence that dumps all stats into attack. And what I mean by that is that certain craft essences, like for example, I wonder if Halloween Petite Devil is one. No, Halloween Petite Devil is not one. What's the CE with mixed stats again? I believe Halloween Princesses? No, that's straight attack. Which one's one that gives mixed stats? I know the Limit Broken Olga CE actually is all attack. This one. So for example, the 3 Great Heroes CE that we got from Go West, this has split stats. We call these split stats because it gives you both health and attack. While split stats are kind of nice, usually what you're looking for are CEs that give you one stat or the other, not necessarily both. Because if it gives you both, that means it's giving you less of each. And usually, if you want to min-max your team, you would rather give them CEs that either go all health or all attack. That's basically what you're looking for here. So that's why K-scope is extremely valuable, because not only does it give you 100% charge right off the bat when your units enter the field, which is obviously really broken, but or it's not broken, but it's super convenient for farming. But it also consolidates all its stats into attack, and obviously by doing that, your servants get even better at farming because their attack is being boosted by 2,000. See what I'm saying? Black Rail is very similar, where it dumps all stats into attack, along with increasing MP damage by 80 fucking %. Like Black Rail, K-scope are probably like, and Golden Sum are probably like two of the most valuable Cs to like get to level 100. That and Victor, I guess. Where's my Victor? I know Victor's somewhere around here. Yeah, Victor. Victor is kind of like Black Rail, where if you get it to level 100, it will also give you plus 2,400 attack, which is extremely good. Needless to say. Did I roll all my craft essences yet? No, not yet. How did I start talking about that again? I don't even remember. I wonder why Marami changes her voice tone from time to time. Hey, look, a great suck. That's cute. Now, who's my least favorite? I mean, I guess I'm obligated to say Phantom because he sucks dick, but you know, I don't necessarily hate him just because he sucks. Have I used Necromancy C before? Yes, I have. It's a fucking meme. And I'm not the person to watch if you want Necromancy memes. If you want Necromancy memes, go watch Xlice on Twitch. He has the luck to proc Necromancy forever. I don't. That's just how it is. How do you have so much NP? NP? I assume you're trying to say FP. How do I have so much? Well, you know, I'm kind of a whale, and my support list looks something like this. So, yeah, people tend to use my friend list, my support units, a lot. That, and I get a lot of my friend points from lottery events. So there's that. Do I like another ending? I have yet to be in a position where I could use it. Like, obviously, if you have an arts crit, like Lee, then it would be fantastic on them. But me personally, I haven't been able to have a chance to use it. Because my favorite team, my favorite arts meme team, as many of you know, is Tama Waver and Vlad, and none of them really utilize crits very well. Vlad might, but because he's a berserker, he doesn't really gather crit stars. Like usually my casters are usually doing the critting because they attract way more stars than he does. Which is nice because that means they get if they get arts crits, then they obviously get their MPs faster. But I don't want them running another ending either because I would rather have them hold on to you know, Halloween Petite Devil or something, Craftons that's a little bit more useful than damage, because obviously they're support casters, they're not supposed to do damage. So, which one feels like it wasn't worth the money? All of them were worth the money. Oh, forgot I need to sell some shit. Even Jack, who is my most expensive SSR to date, even she was worth the money. John, not 10-10-10. Eventually, I just need more lures. I don't bother keeping a waiting list. Why would I keep something like that? And yes, my friends list is full, but I don't keep a waiting list or anything like that. Like, why? I don't go through my friends list very much. Not anymore anyway, because almost all the people, like basically like 68 or 69 people on my friends list are all active players. They always log in. And like the one or two who don't log in every day, like they're people that I know, like IRL or people that I know over Discord or some shit. How much money have you spent on this game, by the way? That seems to be a question that everybody wants to know for some stupid fucking reason. But sure, because you asked. I don't know. Good 6K, 7K, I don't know. There are people who've spent more. I'm not trying to make myself sound like I'm like the biggest fucking whale on the planet, which is not the case, by the way. No, I didn't read through Camelot's story yet. I need to read through Septim first. I'm looking forward to that meme. Competing against the blah 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 blah. Not really, no. I mean, you could use, because most people look on, at least this is in my experience, I don't know, I can't speak for like the general population, but usually the people on my friends list, and myself included, we look for bond point Cs. So whoever's got your bond point C will give you your friends points. Usually. Now, it helps if you have a waiver, especially if you have a friends list where you don't really have a lot of whales, and instead you have a lot of fellow free to plays or cheap to plays, because they're absolutely gonna be looking for a support waiver, because why the hell not? If you do have a lot of whales and they have their own waiver, then you can get away with just sticking whatever random caster or whatever on your caster slot, and then giving them the plus 50 bond points a year or whatever. Now that there are now that we've got a couple of shop Cs available now, if you have, let me just go back to my support list here, because I should have most of them set on my support. So if you look at my my support list, you'll notice that I have most of the shop Cs on my active on my support. I've got Mona Lisa, I've got Lude Mashu, which is, I believe, personal training. Yeah, personal training. And I've got the Olga C, which is personal lesson, and I've got the friend point C. So those are the CEs that you want to have on your support list if you have any of them, because obviously Mona Lisa will help people grind QP faster, which is especially valuable right now when there's half AP doors going on. A lot of people are trying to get more master levels with personal training, because you know, the higher master level you are, the more party costs you get, and party cost is obviously really important. And the more friend slots you get an additional 10 friend slots when you go from level 120 to 130, which are currently the last 10 levels in the game, until they bump the level cap even further up to 140. So personal lesson, or no, personal training is valuable in that sense, and personal lesson, which is the one with Olga, that one is also very important because it increases your Mystic Code XP, and obviously that's really good because leveling Mystic Codes is a pain in the ass. As many of you kind of know by now by seeing how long it takes to level your fucking London Mystic Codes. So that is all obviously also very good. And the classic is the front point gotcha one that is very rare because you needed to have been playing at the very beginning of the game to even have it, which I did, so I have it. And if people are trying to grind friend points, that's also another C they'll be looking for. So if you want to break the norm of having just waiver and having everyone just use your waiver or some shit, your best bet is to have any of these shop Cs or like the friend point C or whatever. It also depends on what kind of friends list you have, what kind of people you have on your friends list who are looking for different kinds of shit. If they're not necessarily looking for a waiver, and rather they're looking for your selection of craft instances, you can get lucky in that sense, and they'll start using whatever you have. If they find whatever you have to be valuable to them. But most of the time, most people are just probably going to be looking for a waiver with or without the plus 50 bond point C, the Herod Portrait one, like the one that I have. That's usually a very stable, a very predictable generator of friends points. At least when you get to become a whale like me and you have a support list that's full of fucking whales. Shut up, phone. I hope that answers your question. You also get it from the Mana Prism shop. Yes, that's correct, Razor, but the Rare Mana Prism shop is not available right now. That and the Rare Mana Prism shop is obviously you can only buy shit from it with obviously rare Mana Prisms, which again, not a lot of people have. You might have a couple, sure, but the thing you have to understand is that a lot of the items that you find in it, like especially the time-limited ones, like Anniversary Blonde, or like the Friend Point CE, like those are going to cost you a pretty penny. Like they can cost 3, like even 5 rare Mana Prisms, depending on what kind of item they are. So it's not like anybody can just stroll into the fucking rare Mana Prism when it opens up later on this year or whenever it does, and be like, hey, I want to buy that fucking Friend Point CE, and just snag it, and like, oh, now they have the fucking Friend Point CE. That's not exactly how it works. In other words, fuck the plebs. Let's see. Let me go to my Friend Point Gotcha and see what I've got here. Sell. Are we done selling this shit? No, not yet. I got a lot of 3-star craft instances this time. Nice. Rather sooner use Saber Lily than Siegfried. At least for right now, that's an understandable statement because at the very least, Saber Lily has a Mana Burst for farming, and she has Journey of Flowers, which is a party MP buff, or a party not MP buff, but MP generation buff, which if you use it properly is very valuable. So I can agree with that sentiment. That and Siegfried's damage is not much better than Saber Lily's. There's also that too. Instinct still sucks though. But hey, that's just instinct. Or you could be like me, and you can have two Saber Lilies, who are both max level. One of them's MP5, and one of them's just MP1, because I don't want to burn welfares, because it's not really much of a point burning welfares anyway. Me and Shizuku are twins, how so? Because we both sound depressed as fuck. I think I have the more aggressive, depressed tone, to be honest. I'm an aggressive, depressed, depression addict, or depression, patient. Is Riot or Kintoki worth using because if you get an Aussie? Well, yes, because do you have an MP5 Aussie? I didn't think so. Do you have an MP5 Kintoki? If you played the event, the answer should be yes. So, there's your answer. Actually, I don't have any caster stuff, so the rest of that is health assassins. You sound depressed. He sounds high. Ah, I see. Yeah, depression and getting high. You know. At a certain point, there comes a point where, yeah, they're kind of indistinguishable. So, I understand. I can see why you call me Shizuku's twin. Omega lol. No, it's because both of you have double max Saber Lily. But then he grailed one of his Saber Lilies to 100. He's a better man than I. MP5 Serenity any good? Yes. She's actually very good. If you don't have Shutendoji and you have a very powerful Robin that you like using a lot, then Serenity is Robin's perfect teammate. Because in case Robin's poison doesn't land, Serenity's poison should be able to. That and because Robin's poison only lasts for 3 turns, if you have someone else who can land poisons on the enemy so that Robin doesn't have to worry about waiting for his poison still to get back off cooldown, then obviously that's really good because Robin can NP faster. And typically, you know, Robin should be able to get his MP before his poison skill gets back off cooldown, unless you have him max leveled. So there's that. So Serenity is kind of very good for that. If you didn't have Shutendoji for that already, yeah, Serenity is your next best option. At least I'm pretty sure she should be. What was it doing? Burning? Nah, we're going back. Alright, Everlasting Allen. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Have a good night. If you were to get 1,000 mana prisms, should you get shop CEs or servant second archive slots? Shop CEs? But the thing about the shop CEs is that they're only worth it if you get all 5 of them. Rather than, unless you just want one copy, just for the art. Just so that you can say, oh, I have one copy, and you don't really care about getting the rest because you know that you probably won't be able to get 5,000 mana prisms. Yeah, I would recommend mana prism shop CEs, but only if you can get all of them. If you can't do that, then you may as well save up until you can have 5,000 mana prisms to buy out one of the shop CEs. The second archive, the extra second archive slots, those are just a luxury. And those are mainly for the whales, who have nothing better to spend their money, their mana prisms on. And not only that, but they can actually make use of those extra 100 slots. You, as a free-to-play or a cheat-to-play, probably won't be able to get into positions where you're using all 100 extra slots. Just speaking honestly. I'm sure there have been times. I'm not trying to say I doubt that, but, you know, for the most part, are you really going to be able to use all extra 100 slots in your second archive? I'm not so sure about that. So you may as well just try going after the shop CEs. Just, I don't know. Just in my opinion, I'm not a free to play or a cheat to play, so I don't know. I don't have those kinds of problems. Whale, by the way, Keck. All extra 1,000 slots. I wish it gave us 1,000 extra slots. I wish, buddy. I wish. Unfortunately, that's not how it is. I think the music stopped. Didn't pay attention. NA whale, every banner have 6 SSRs. That doesn't sound like a whale to me. At least, at least, not to someone like me. No. Wait, hold on. Wrong servant. $3K, not super substantial, but $3K and you only have 6 SSRs? Sounds like you've had a rough gotcha, man. Sounds like that sounds fucking rough. Just gonna say that. Ooh, a ton of caster CP. There. Now Alex is maxed. We'll start working on caster Liz next. Did Razor change his name? Razor, Tristan wants to know if you change your name on the game. What's my nationality? I am full Korean. Does MP level count towards your whale tier on SSR servants? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why can't we get a roll 100 on the front point? Gotcha, that's a very good question. It's a very good question. Maybe because there would be too much shit on your screen? I don't know. Can't see why not. Just to make the shit go faster. That's not something you should ask me though. Go ask DW that. Go ask them why they're not, that none of those fucking bird brains haven't thought of that shit. Maybe if they hired more people to work on their fucking game, maybe they'd be able to come up with you know, be able to come up with shit. But nah, they want to keep their money. Got any extra copies of Mango yet? I do have an MP3. I rolled the MP2 and MP3 copies off stream. The last time there was a double success rate up, I got those two during that time because I got the second one after like around 4 million friends points, and then I got the third one like very soon after because what is luck? Times 100 is too much. We're talking about the front point gotcha, not the actual gotcha. This is just front points, man. There should be no reason why there can't be a roll 100 option on your on the friend point gacha. Because most of the time you're just gonna end up getting shit that looks like this. Yeah, not with quartz. Obviously that would be a little bit much. Just talking about friend point rolls. I went for the Knights. Got Altera. 5th USO, so I burned her right away. You rolled 240 Saint Quartz for Mom, nothing. You roll and Ozzy showed up. I assume you rolled on 2 separate banners because Ozzy wasn't in the game when Raiku's banner was active. So I assume you're talking about you rolling on 2 separate occasions. There's a song in the background. Oh, didn't you know? You got Gil easily because Gil's just there to laugh at your suffering. Is that your first golden sumo for Max? No, this is my first. You need a limit broken K scope. You should have You should have wailed at the beginning of the game. No mangoes tonight. Not so far. He just kind of shows up whenever he wants. Lord Ashura is channeling his inner Call of Duty fanboy. Speaking of which, I did say I was gonna roll story if I pulled out mango. You're about to see what normal story pulls look like. And I'm about to show you why rolling story is never a good idea. Unless you have the history of rolling very well on it, which I'm not one of those people. Tichuria incoming. Yeah, I can only pray. Alright, okay, Sama, thanks for stopping by, dude. Have a good night. Pray for better, Ver. How about no? This is what a normal story roll looks like. Imprint this image into your mind, and remind myself every time you want me to do a meme story roll. This is what it looks like when I do. You gotta roll after a great suck. That doesn't work either. I've tried it before. More times than not, it doesn't work. This is your second one in 3 days. I think all of my story rolls at some point have had Black Rail. Like Black Rail is a very common C for me to get on story. One more Angry Mango needed. He'll show up when he feels like it, I guess. My anger is better than your anger is better than my anger. Razor, I do hope you realize that's like saying my shitty meme is better than your shitty meme, which at the end of the day doesn't fucking matter because they're both shitty memes. But I'm sure you know that already. You're not dumb. I hope. Shitty memes are what make the world go round. Just ask Reddit. The problem with Reddit is that they don't realize what they're doing are shitty memes. That's their problem. Alright, level 100 craft essence. Alright, what do I want to max next? I would like to max a I think my Victor. Yeah, I want to max my Victor next. And then after that maybe I'll max my 2030, I don't know. I do want to max my second golden sumo though. That would be nice. Let's see, what does volume give? Straight HP. Should be surprised by that. Yeah, I think it'll go Victor, then 2030, and then sumo, I think. Something along those lines. Let's see, let's go ahead and make some more craft essence bombs or whatever. They can have Albert be less cringe. While you're wasting your breath complaining about how cringe Albert is, why don't you complain about how Aniplex refuses to hire more staff so that you don't have to listen to Albert being cringe in the first place? How about you think about how better you can complain instead of complaining about dumb shit? You're already complaining about dumb shit anyway. The least you could do, the least you could do to do the rest of us a favor is to at least choose to complain about shit that's less dumb. I don't know. I guess that's just me, but I don't know. That's if I were in your position, if I were in your shoes and felt the need to and the irresistible urge to bitch about something dumb, that's what I would go do. I would rather go bitch to Aniplex about why they didn't just hire someone else to do the job. Someone who's actually, you know, got experience in leading a panel and, you know, being a panel host or some shit like that. I don't know. Guess I'll level this one first. How many rare prisms do you have? Like 130 something. What were your other level 100s? Or didn't you see? Pretty sure they were on the screen just a moment ago or some shit. Waver's a good star shitter? I don't know about all that. But sure, yeah. Have I ever done special summon? Nope. I've never done special summon before. A lot of that is coming from 4chan. 4chan, Reddit. I consider, my mind just kind of meshes them together into one autistic blob known as Reddit. I use Reddit and 4chan interchangeably. It's not worth my time giving them enough tension and care to differentiate between the two of them. I just don't give a shit. Why should I give them that kind of respect? Is Gil's Bonzi worth using, and should you use it as a support CE? As a support CE? No. Most of the time, unless they're so good that even your friends want to use it, like Herc's Bond CE. Gil's Bond CE is, like most Bond CEs, like they're not really worth using as support stuff. I guess if someone wanted to use it because they thought it was cool, but if you were to take a look at Gil's CE, it increases MP strength by 30%. And it increases crit strength by 10%, but that's only for 3 turns. So yeah, his Bond craft is not that good. It's not really that good, to be honest. Because all you get is a 30% increase to your MP damage, which he already has one. So I guess it kind of stacks. But his secondary effect is he gets 10% extra crit damage for 3 turns. Like, the fuck? Really? Is that all he gets? You may as well use fucking Black Grail or some shit. Heaven's Feel or some shit, right? Like, why bother with this? Unless there's something about it that I'm just fundamentally misunderstanding. Which could be the case, because I misunderstood how Vlad's CE works. Until I actually used it and saw just how well it played out. Yeah, and Bond CEs only give you 100 attack and 100 health. So that's the trade-off that you have to. That's the trade-off you have to commit to if you want to use a Bonsi, because they have all these special effects, but you can't level them, and they give you shitty stats. So it's like, why do you even bother with that? It's like the Bonsi's effects have to be that good to make up for all the lost stats you would otherwise be getting by equipping them with something like another gacha CE or event CE that gives them a lot of attack or a lot of health. If it doesn't, it's probably not worth using. Read it, damn it! I did read it. It said for 3 turns. Why does it say 3 turns? Actually, I know that NAFGO can have some problems with how they go about explaining things. So I'll look it up. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't doubt it. But at the same time, if I am wrong, I'll blame the game. Let's see. So the wiki says increases own MP damage by 30%. 30% chance to increase own crit damage by 10% for 3 turns when attacking. Oh, I get it. So it's a 30% chance to increase his own crit damage by 10% for 3 turns every time it procs. That's what it means. It would be nice if they made it a little bit clearer, so I didn't end up thinking, oh, this effect only lasts for 3 turns when he gets on the field! Woohoo! Would have been nice if they did that. But yeah, now I understand. He increases his own crit damage by 10%. So that's not bad. I would still probably use Victor or LZO over this, though, to be honest. Probably still would use something else, though. Yeah. It's like 30% MP damage is nice, and also increase own crit damage by 10% for 3 turns is also nice. But the thing is that if you wanted him to be a crit archer, then you'd be better off just giving him like a Tumbra or a Victor or something like that. And if you wanted to do more MP damage, then, well, it's not as if fucking Heaven's Feel or Black Grail isn't a thing. So, there you go. By the way, it stacks. I understand. It's because I know that let's see, Salter also has a very similar CE where it's 30% extra damage on her MP, and it she inflicts debuff downs or debuff or defense debuffs onto her target. Like she has a set like a 30% chance to inflict defense debuffs, which is nice. But again, like Lord Ashura mentioned earlier, you only get plus 100 attack and plus 100 health. Like, even then, I'm not so sure if that's really worth all the stats, all the potential stats you'd be losing out of, say, equipping Gil with something like Victor that gives him at level 100 an additional 2400 attack. Like, I don't know if that's really worth it by that point, you know? Like, yes, it might stack, but at some point, I would imagine that the stacks would kind of like you get diminishing returns. That's how buffs work in this game. You get diminishing returns. You can't just endlessly stack the same kind of buff and expect them to keep stacking. That's the problem that you have in raid boss events or whatever, where you stack your entire party with a damage buff CEs. Eventually, there will come a point where you're not getting as much damage buffs as you might think you are. That, and also, if you wanted to stack Gil's crit buffs, that would imply that you would have to use his command cards in the first place for a chance to get those crit buff stacks. Whereas if you just equip them with a Victor, you know he's always going to have it. So, I don't know. Even then, I don't know. It's strong, don't get me wrong, it's strong. Now that I understand how it actually works. But even then, I would question if it's really that much stronger than, say, giving him like a level 100, let's see, LZO or Victor, I don't know. Exposed as a bot? I thought that was already common knowledge. Tristan's already exposed me as a bot already. He's known. He knows the truth. So, not a surprise to me. Solo meme seed at least? How so? Like, his Bond seed doesn't give him any survival skills. It's not like he gives him a guts. Or like an evasion of any kind. So it's like, well, how would that be a solo seed? Because if you think that's a solo seed, then he could also, if he can solo with his own max spawn seed, he can also solo with something like LZO or Victor. But by which point, there wouldn't really be a point calling it a solo seed. So I don't know. Your mic is bonkers? You mean my mic quality? I thought I already fixed that. Unless it's acting up again, in which case I'll try to fix it. But my chat isn't blowing up over how bad my mic sounds, so I assume there's no problem. Your mic is fucked again. Okay, it is fucked again. Let me do this. See if that fixed it. It's fixed. It's his actual voice. This is actual voice. There's even more body. All right. Oh boy, this is my favorite part of the stream. Troubleshooting. Okay, deactivate the camera. Let's see. Save the camera, and then go back to properties, I guess, and activate the camera again. And then press OK. Time to go to my own stream and check if audio problems are still persisting. Alright, we good? No, I've already fixed that problem. I've already disabled the webcam's mic. Because I know that's a thing. I already removed it. Now this is another problem entirely. No, it's still fucked. Cool. Alright. 2 sources, maybe a Windows thing. I'm streaming off a computer, so it's not like a computer. It's not like the computer has like a built-in mic or something. When your webcam video feed went away, the mic was fixed. That doesn't surprise me. So yeah, it's probably got something. My webcam is interfering with something. Actually, let me do this. Try that. Oh wait, hold on. That's actually doubling my fucking webcam, I think. Oh boy. Undo whatever you just did. I already did, though. It sounds like my mic, this mic right here, is being doubled. But I'm trying to look for like anything
Okay, shut up, laptop. Testing. Did I just fix this? Was this the reason? Okay. Now I understand why. When I installed the webcam, the webcam added a third thing here called video capture device. I just needed to mute that. So there was, like I thought, there was something duplicating my mic somewhere. I just didn't understand where, because I never bothered to check this part of OBS. Oh. Solve that one. So I guess that's fine for now. Alright. Anyways, let me go ahead and do a rank up quest here. Got plenty of them. I'll just start from the top. Okay, this is, I believe, Roma's, right? Yeah, it seems like when I installed the webcam software, OBS automatically added the webcam as an additional package or whatever. Because on OBS, you've got in your mixer section, you've got desktop audio, which controls obviously the audio come out from your desktop, and you've got mic, which is this one right here, or whatever your computer thinks is the main mic. And then usually I only have to deal with those two, but as soon as I installed the webcam mic, which I didn't notice at first, OBS added a third little item here called video capture device. So because that was on, it was causing my mic to pick up, to basically duplicate itself, I suppose. So I guess everything's fine for now. Okay, strengthen. Romulus is strengthen. What is he? Sabers, archers, sabers, archers, sabers, archers. So basically, OBS seems fun to troubleshoot. Hey, if a scrub like me can troubleshoot it, I'm sure it's not that bad. Actual gameplay, by the way.
I should honestly use Emmy as a magecraft there. Do I normally wear hats while playing, or is it just because webcam? Normally I don't wear hats indoors, but I like hats. I always wear hats whenever I'm outdoors. Also, I think it also has something to do with the fact that I somehow find myself watching a lot of streamers on my own personal time who also happen to wear hats. I don't know. I guess it's a habit that I picked up from them. Kind of. Did Arjuna just insta-kill that skeleton? Alright, second thing here. To-san, well, yeah, naturally. What do you think my name is? I'm not really feeling this song though, so let's move on to another one. Is any part of this game difficult for you? Not really. If I wanted difficulty, I would probably have to impose it upon myself. Like, I would have to purposely not use all my best servants. And use, like, you know, 3 stars, 2 stars, to really have a challenge. And I do that sometimes. What's the song? Here, post it for you.
Nice to see that Arjuna's MP actually does insta-kill. Well, they're all sabers. Oh, it's because it's only a single Spriggan. Who can I use to absolutely wreck the shit out of you? Robin? My Robin's already max banned. Yeah, it's Toho-san. There's the song. Alright, John Soriano. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Same with you too, one. Alright. Have a good night, Laura Shro. Why are Helena's skill cooldowns so bad? Because they're all really good. Now, when you said short stream, yeah, I'll probably end the stream very soon. Probably after this. Eric, how's it going, dude?
Wondering why the game's taking so long to load. I blame sightseeing for being a slow piece of shit. Oh, I just noticed X-Slice got new emotes. Alright, what is with this loading? Is that an actual freeze? No, if I move my webcam, you'll notice that fao is running around. But this has happened before. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and boom. I'm gonna go ahead and restart the game. Because I ain't dealing with that shit. Let's see if this time is any better. There we go. You probably could, but I'd expect you probably you would probably need to use some sort of conversion. You would definitely need to have a JP Google account or something like that. Google Play handles conversions. Oh, that's convenient. Yeah, that's why I said you probably need a JP Google account or something like that.
Alright, I'll probably call it a stream there. I did say it was going to be a shorter stream after all. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me go see who I can host, actually. I know X-Slice is on, but instead of hosting him, I've already hosted him before, and I've already rated him before. I'm actually gonna go host this this Korean streamer guy. He's the guy who's second on the list right now. I've actually lurked in his stream before. Me being Korean, I understand a little bit what he's saying, but not all of it because I'm not fluent. But I'll actually send you guys over to his stream. He's actually playing Korean KR FGO right now. I'm not sure how many of you guys will stick around, but because it is basically primarily Korean. I'm pretty sure the guy can speak a little English, but point is, I have been to a stream before, and yeah, as a fellow Korean myself. Let's see, okay, yeah, it's going to the right channel. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. For those of you guys on YouTube, I'll actually toss over the link to his stream, actually, so that you guys can also hop on board as well. This is his channel right here. So he's playing Korean FGO right now. I've watched him before, and yeah, go check him out, I guess, for as much as you'll enjoy it. Alright, that's it from me, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.